It's time for another pet health tip of the day, this time on the timely topic of vaccines in light of the whole anti-vaxxers movement. Here again is Dr. Langlois.
Hello again, everybody, folks. Dr. Langlois here with my trusty sidekick, Maverick, and today's tip of the day actually is one that, well, I never really thought I would have to actually do, but in light of everything that's been going on with the anti-vaccination movement, the measles outbreak, everybody thinking vaccines all of a sudden are the worst thing on the face of the earth, and, we never should have had them, and we don't really need them, things along that line, I felt the need to put this out because it is really still incredibly important that you get what we at least consider core vaccines for your dog or cat. Now, there's a lot of different vaccines out there that are available for your pets. I'm talking specifically about ones that we consider to be core. And those include rabies vaccine, which is required by law, so it is very important that you do get that, as well as for dogs what we call the combo or the distemper parvo. It's commonly called DHPP. For cats, we, like Maverick here, we call it FVRCP. And these cover the very basic but very, very serious and potentially deadly viruses that are out there that your dogs and cats can get, especially if they're younger puppies or kittens. So it's incredibly important that you get these. Are there potential risks with vaccination? I'd be lying if I said there wasn't. There certainly are. There's always the potential risk for a slight reaction to occur. There's always the potential risk for, especially in cats, sometimes we do see, in very rare instances, tumors develop secondary to the vaccines at the vaccine site. However, the vaccine manufacturing has changed so much since we were seeing those problems, it's really not that much of a concern anymore. I do realize that, obviously, if it happens to your particular animal, all the statistics in the world really don't mean anything. And it is an incredibly sad thing to go through. However, the diseases that these prevent, such as parvo in dogs, panleukopenia, or what they call distemper in cats, distemper in dogs, some of the upper respiratory viruses. If your animal were to contract some of these, especially, as I said, parvo and panleuc, it can be devastating, both financially and emotionally, to see your animal go through that, and sometimes it can be very, very difficult for us to pull them out of that, and your pet may succumb to those diseases. So I understand where there's a lot of questioning going on with a lot of people reading stuff on the internet and saying, oh, do we need to do this, do we need to do that? The truth of the matter is you still do need to vaccinate your pets, so it's very important to get that done. And the only way to ensure you're getting the right vaccines is to talk to your veterinarian. Do not go to Google, do not go to some of these other sites where, one person's animal happened to have an unfortunate reaction to a vaccine, so therefore they think that every animal is going to develop that. It just doesn't happen that way. It's very, very important for you to only talk to your veterinarian about what vaccines are important for your vet. And there are other options out there too, such as titering your animal if you're concerned about over-vaccinating. We have changed a lot of the protocols as far as when these vaccines are to be given. Instead of yearly, we've gone to maybe every couple of years, every 3 years, something like that. So it is very, very important that you talk to your veterinarian about that. As far as some of the links that people try to make, oh, well, what if the vaccine gives my animal autism or something along those lines? You have to remember, we do treat our pets as our children. That's, I treat mine as my kids. However, they still are different species, so you can't extrapolate from what happens in humans to what happens in cats and dogs. In addition, the whole autism thing, as everybody knows, has really been debunked from a vaccine standpoint, even in children. So, to even try to extrapolate that over to animals is really idiotic at this point. I mean, there's really, I don't know other way to say it. So like I said, it's very, very important that you talk to your vet about what vaccines are important. The core one should really be given to every pet. However, there are other ones out there that your pet may not need based on the lifestyle that they lead. If they travel or do shows or go to dog parks, things like that, there are other vaccines that are available. However, again, make sure that you talk to your veterinarian. That is the most important thing, and that is the thing that is going to make sure that your pet gets the proper vaccinations and doesn't succumb to one of these really horrible diseases. Here in Lancaster County, we already have had some cases of dogs succumbing to parvo, which is so easily prevented. So remember, talk to your vet about getting the proper vaccines. If you really are hard up for money, having economic difficulty, look around for vaccine clinics that some nonprofits put on or that even your vet may put on from time to time. But the most important thing is to make sure that you get your pet the core vaccines to prevent some of these deadly diseases. Like I said, I really never thought I'd have to do this kind of tip of the day, but it really is important in light of everything that's been going on in the media and things like that, and I know it's being asked now through the veterinary community. So make sure you get your pets vaccinated. It's in their best interest. It'll probably save their life. It'll make them far healthier, and it is your very important tip of the day.
As always, for more information, be sure to check out some of these websites, or as I always say, the most important thing, contact your local veterinarian to schedule an appointment today.